All right, guys. For those who stumble upon this who are not part of my team, my name is Dawn. I am a Scentsy Family star consultant, and I currently sell Scentsy, obviously, as most people start off do. And I also have Grace Adele and Velada is coming with the new year for those of you who want to be excited about that. I've officially realized I eat way too much of it to not just be selling it already, and it's just delicious, so why not? But that's besides the point. My team has been pretty much begging for training, and I set my goal at Scentsy Family Reunion to be a director by 2014's Scentsy Family Reunion. So I have been trying to run my team as if I'm already a director because smart people told me that's really the way to go. And it is going really well so far. And we've had our biggest months the past couple months since last year. And so I'm really excited because I feel like my team's getting excited and passionate and they're just ready and on the verge. So, hi team. Here's your first training video. The thing I get asked the most about from them is the light flickering in here? Anyways, the thing I get asked the most about from them is about recruiting and how recruiting happens and how they can do it and a lot of different questions. And so I kid you not, because I'm prepared that way. One of the other questions they asked me about to talk about in a different video is organization. And the analyzer in me is very organized. So I literally wrote out notes in a notebook, several pages worth, just in case all those bent pages are notes that I wrote on what I wanted to tell you guys so that I don't get too off track, which you can tell is something easy for me to do. And so I do want to talk about some of the organizing things. I'm going to adjust this. I feel like it's like tipped really weird. And some of the things that I know work for me and things that I know work for other people. And I have no problem at all if I'm completely confusing and you have more questions to write them in the comments below. Thanks YouTube for comment boxes. Or my team, go ahead, comment on the video link that I post on our team page. On Facebook, that's fine too. I will answer any questions to the best of my ability and make sure that you get the best information possible to hopefully make some of this information work for you. So, recruiting. That's always the big question, I think, with people who want to be with this company and make it a long-term thing. The extra paycheck is great. You can't even argue with that. If you don't want to recruit, that's fine. Scentsy is an amazing brand that you don't have to recruit for in order to make extra money for you and your family, or that whatever trip you're wanting to plan for, or the house you want to buy, or whatever. That extra cash is always good, but building a team is what makes this a long-term success. And so for me, I'm the kind of person, as I'll bring up later, that works best on my own time and my own effort, and building this into something where I can focus only on Scentsy and not have to worry about having a day job is really where I want to take it. And so I'm really, really excited that my team is also feeling that way. Many of them want to be able to survive on Scentsy Family and be that independent worker themselves and have their own teams, and I can't wait to watch them grow because I just feel like we're right there, you guys. Team, we're right there. And so 2014 is just looking to be a huge year for us, and we are just on that verge, and what they're doing individually is so exciting to me that I can't wait to see them expand. So the biggest thing I want to say about recruiting, because there are plenty of people who make it look otherwise, but recruiting is not that easy. It's not. Think about when you became a Scentsy consultant. How much convincing did you take? It's because it takes a big step out of your comfort zone to take that leap. And so you're convincing other people to take that leap with you. And that's a huge, huge step for a lot of people. Putting that money out there and wondering what they're going to get back out of it, no matter what you say to them or how many awesome things you share and how much they see it working for you. It's a leap of faith. And so it's not that easy. It gets easier. That's the good news. And I think it gets easier not because recruiting itself is easier, but because you get more confident, your team grows, other people see it grow, and they want to be a part of it. There's a lot of things that make it seem easier, even though it's not necessarily easier. So, like I said, there are a lot of reasons it's not. Step out of your comfort zone. Almost everything you do in direct sales is a step out of your comfort zone. And I thrive on stepping out of my comfort zone most of the time, so that works for me. For some people, it's a bigger step out of your comfort zone. And so really being aware that you are going to have to get a little uncomfortable for it to work for you. And whether it's a little or a lot uncomfortable, it is going to be uncomfortable at times, just because you're putting yourself out there, and it's a vulnerable place to be. People have to believe that you're in it for the long haul. My team, almost all of them, have hit at least a year, which is awesome. I've struggled with recruiting for the past 6 months or so. I have a lot of people on the fence and a lot of people I'm working on, but I feel like I'm about to have another boom again, so that's good. But I have a lot that have been on hitting the year mark as of this year. So I'm about to hit my 2-year mark in March. So it's good that I've been able to have a little bit of a team growth. I was able to be fortunate enough to get some people on my team pretty quickly after I joined the company. So, but it is something where people have to see that you're excited about it, you're passionate about it, you are in it to, whether it's to get a paycheck for yourself or to make them grow or to make yourself grow or to satisfy some dream of your own, whatever it is, they need to know that it's not just a hobby. If it's a hobby that you're going to give up in a couple months, then they're not going to be as likely to sign up under you as a team member, because then they don't have a sponsor, they don't have anybody to support them. They roll up and the person above you may or may not be there to help support them. So they want to know that if they sign up under you and are your team member, you're going to be a team member to them and help them out. So a lot of people will wait, and they'll wait to see if you're actually going to continue with this process. People want to see that you're passionate about it. And we often hide our passion behind fear because we have a fear of failure. Who doesn't? I don't do things because I want to fail at them, but failing leads to learning. So failures aren't always failures. It's just the way we take that and learn from it. So we have a fear of upsetting somebody. I have a lot of people, I try to push them to post on Facebook more, to send more text messages, to email more customers, to really throw themselves out there, because that's how we get that reaction from people that we are excited and they want to be a part of that too. But we're really afraid that we're going to be oversharing or filling up their newsfeed or doing whatever and making them uncomfortable. I'll explain later why I don't feel like that's ever going to be the case. And if it ever is the case, they're going to let you know and you can back off a little bit. I share all the time from various components, and I've never had somebody tell me that I overshare. So just FYI. And my team, you know how much I share. So we also have a fear of leaving our comfort zone. It's not easy to leave our comfort zone. It's a hard thing to do. It is an uncomfortable thing to do, obviously. We're leaving our comfort zone. Of course, that's uncomfortable. But it reaps really great results to leap outside your comfort zone. And the more you stretch yourself, the bigger your comfort zone gets. And the more you're going to have to stretch yourself outside of that bigger comfort zone. But we realize how much more we have in us, the more that we stretch ourselves. And I have a firm belief in that there is a lot more in each of us than we give ourselves credit for. And those of you who know me personally know that I've gone through a lot of stuff personally the past couple months. And some of you who don't know me personally know that my Scentsy family is amazing, even the ones I don't personally know. I love you guys. But I've gone through a lot of stuff, and I would have never, if you had told me beforehand that it was going to happen, would have believed that I was strong enough to deal with it. But you expand, you grow, you figure it out. So don't let the fear overtake your ability to be amazing, because team, you are amazing already. I tell you guys that all the time, but you are amazing. You do more as the little bitty team that we are than people with teams 3 times bigger than us. And that's a huge deal. You're already doing things bigger than you all thought that you could do. And I just can't wait till you take that excitement further. Things that I do and I've seen others do, and I'm by no means an expert, but here are some things that I think will help you with your recruiting. One, be passionate. I've said passion a lot already in the 10 minutes I've been talking and rattling on. But if you're excited about your brand, if you're excited about what you're doing, people should know that you're excited about it. If you come across people, especially people that your friends or family are close to or acquainted with, and they don't know that you're selling your brand, be it Scentsy, Volata, or Grace Adele, or any of combination of those 3, then you're not being passionate and loud enough. How many of those people have you missed an opportunity with by not being outgoing and passionate about your brand? The only way people know is if you tell them and you're excited about it. And that excitement is what brings people in. So if you're not passionate about it, then by all means, maybe it's not the thing for you. And that's okay. Don't feel like that's bad. Recruiting's maybe not for you. Direct selling's maybe not for you. But if it is for you, you've got to be excited about it. You've got to be passionate about it. The passion's going to carry you through the hard times. There are hard times, just like any business. It's difficult sometimes. So that passion and that excitement is what's going to carry you through. Step outside your comfort zone. I've said that a few times too. Growth does not come from being comfortable. It just doesn't. If you want to stay in the same box, that's great. Some people struggle with getting outside their comfort zone, but growth does not come from staying inside that comfort zone. Alarm yourself at least once a day. Do something once a day to blow your own mind and step outside that comfort zone. Whether it's posting every few hours on Facebook about your product and what's going on in your brand and how excited you are about the company, or how much you want to build your team and are working on that, or the extra paycheck you just got, payday, whatever it is, only about 5% of your friends list see those posts. So if you post once a day and you have 500 friends, that one post is being seen by like 25 of those 500 friends. That's not very many. And so that's why, team, you see me post all the time. I try to get in 4 posts a day or so, kind of spattered throughout the day evenly, so I catch like a morning, early morning, afternoon, evening, that kind of thing. And if you have a personal page dedicated to your business, you can conveniently schedule posts. So you could actually go in in the morning, schedule your 4 or 5 posts for the day, and what time you want them to post, and it'll just do it for you. So you don't have to think about it, and you're still getting all that out there. And so don't hesitate to do that, because the more you post, the more people are going to see it. The less you post, the less people are going to see it, especially when the way Facebook does things now, very few people are actually seeing each post. So, buy some Scentsy gear. Bam! You notice I'm wearing Scentsy. I pretty much wear a Scentsy shirt a lot. I have quite a few of them. But, and I love this one. It's my silhouette one. If you haven't seen this one, it's real cute. See? The silhouette shirt. So, the Scentsy Family store has a lot of t-shirts, a lot of gear that you can wear, a bag to carry around, whatever it is. Carry something Scentsy, always. Obviously, it's not doing me a whole lot of good in my living room. I just really like this shirt, and it's the one I put on today. And I'm not doing a video out on the street. It's really cold in Chicago today. But wear that gear. Wear it out. If you're just going out grocery shopping, you're running to the store, wear something Scentsy. It's alarming how many people will stop and ask what it is, or be like, oh my God, I don't have a Scentsy consultant. Can I have a business card? People will stop and say something, ask questions about it, and then all of a sudden you have a door and you have a way to get some word out there about your business, and a moment to be excited and passionate and step outside your comfort zone, the things we've already been talking about. So if you have a car, put a decal on it. I just used the one that had my website on it. I didn't feel super comfortable having my phone number out there on my car, and that's okay. You don't have to put all the information. I literally just had my Scentsy website on there with the logo. You can buy it from the family store as well, but put it on your car. I no longer have a car. For those of you who know my story, you know I don't have a car anymore. But when I did, my car had I never had a car without the logo on it once I became a consultant, and my website on it. And I didn't generate a whole lot of sales, I'll be really honest. Sales were not something I generated from that, but I generated a whole lot of conversation because of it. People asking what Scentsy was, asking what it meant, asking what I sold, and then it gives you that lead in to tell them about your brand and what you sell and what you do and how much you love it and how phenomenal a product it is. And I handed a lot of business cards. I always kept business cards in my car and catalogs in my car, and all those business tools in my car so that I could hand that stuff out to people who asked after I talked to them about it. Don't just hand them stuff. Talk to it, explain it to them, and then hand them that stuff so they have the ability to then go and utilize it. So the website itself being there didn't generate a lot for me. I didn't just get random orders because my website was on my car, but I got several orders because I talked to people, and that generated orders because they asked questions. So if you have a vehicle, get a decal on there. Do it. It's cheap and it's an easy advertising. And then you can cross fingers you get stuck in a traffic jam, because then the person behind you is staring at your advertisement for at least a few miles. The other thing is carry business cards. If you don't have business cards, buy business cards. The ones in Scentsy Family store are beautiful. They, whether you get the ones with the picture or not, they're gorgeous. They're high quality. They look super nice and professional. You don't have to worry about getting anything approved. I just recommend going that way. Scentsy Family store makes beautiful ones. And so get those Scentsy Family Store business cards, carry them with you everywhere, never run out, because the second somebody asks if you have one on you and you don't, you just lost an opportunity, very likely. And so I carry them in my backpack that I take to work. I carry them in my purse. I carry a Grace Adele purse, so of course I carry them in my purse, because if somebody says, where'd you get that purse? I like that. Whoop, business card. And I explain that I sell them and that there's all sorts of different combinations to kind of explain the whole process. But you want to make sure that you have them. You can also, something I've done and is really awesome, and a lot of recruiting is about just getting yourself out there and getting your product out there and knowing that you are putting yourself out there, because people will then refer to you as their Scentsy lady, and you're the one they're going to come back to, and that recurrence of being able to approach them is what's going to make them want to join the team and be involved in your life. So, but if you hear words like candle, any sort of body product, lotion, shower gel, lip balm in the summer, SPF 15, right? What if you hear any of those things? If you hear purses, jewelry, chocolate, cheese, fondue, party, any of these like keywords that are all parts of our Scentsy Family brands, hey, feel free to butt in. I kid you not, butt into a conversation. I am a total butt into a conversation type of person. I listen to everyone's conversations. I'm nosy, and I'm totally going to butt in and be like, oh my God, I've got the best product for you. Explain whatever product it is, talk to them about it, tell them you sell it, hand them a business card. You've done something really simple, and you've got their gears turning. And I mean, make sure you mention, the key about the recruiting side of it is make sure you mention that it's a business that you run, that you're a part of, that they can be a part of too. And so you're going to build that relationship. You're going to get them interested. You're going to bring them on. And super simple, but talk about it. Talk about your brand. Talk about your company. Talk about how much you love your job. Talk about anything and everything you can think of, and talk about it to anyone who's willing to listen. It's just, I mean, you can get into a conversation with the freaking cashier at the grocery store. I don't care who you talk to about it. Talk to them about it. A lot of people are looking for a way to support themselves besides their regular day job. I personally fairly despise my day job. I do Scentsy to try to get out of doing that day job. It's one of my means of supporting myself aside from that. And it's something I love. Scentsy does not feel like work to me, no matter what I'm doing in regards to my Scentsy business. I don't feel like it's work because I love it. Unlike everything I do in my day job. So a lot of people are looking for that same release and that same escape. And just talking about how much you love your job and talking about how great the brand is and the product is and how much you get out of it from your customers to the extra paycheck to whatever, talk about it. If you're silent, nobody's listening. So you can't get anything by being silent in this business. So just make sure that you're talking about it. It is often the least likely person who is very intently listening to the things that you say and wanting to be a part of it. So use Scentsy specials to get people interested. Over the past couple months, we've been lucky. Scentsy has run amazing sales and deals across all three brands. I know that's jump-started a lot of my sales in the past couple months. It's gotten me several new customers. It's done some really good things for my business and to a lot of my team members as well. And so you guys know we get those things and they come around. Double kit months come from all three brands twice a year when we switch catalogs. Bring back my bars coming up for Scentsy. There's a lot of things that come around, and those things will spark people's interest. So utilize those things to try to build the team, because those things will help jumpstart people's sales. And we all know there's Shooting Star and there's other things, Sensational Start, things that people want to achieve when they're starting the business, and being able to utilize some of those sales and those special events will help people want to join, because they know they can utilize those things to get extra sales right off the get-go. And for someone, you can get that $500 sales right away in those first 2 weeks are going to be way more successful than somebody who doesn't. They're going to see the success of it. They're going to already earn their money back on their kit. And they're just going to be ready to jumpstart that business with you, with their own teams, with whatever else is going on in their life. They're going to be excited. And so utilize those special events Scentsy Family puts on for us to help grow the team. Something that I have been really successful with, hi team, because a lot of you fall into this category, is hostess flipping. And what hostess flipping is taking somebody who hosts for you regularly and turning them into a consultant. And there are a few ways you can go about this. And I find the biggest thing, and many of my team, it took a while. They finally realized the success they were having with their own parties, the amount they were making in free and half price items. They wanted to be able to pass that on and make the commissions off of it. If they're already buying, why not make the commissions off of it, right? So there's a lot of things. They saw my excitement. I keep my setup really simple, so it's really literally I have a one bag setup, so I can literally pull in that one bag, set things up really quickly. I keep it pretty much to ESPN alert. I keep it pretty much to one brand or one size for whatever party I'm doing. So like if I'm doing a Scentsy fragrance party, I put out one of each kind of warmer. I usually add Silhouette as a separate warmer and like Lampshade as a separate warmer. But I put out one of each kind so they could just kind of see the size differences. And I put out a few layers things. I keep it pretty simple so that they're not thinking, oh crap, I'm going to have to haul around 20 bags of stuff in order to have a setup. you can do a party with your startup kit. That's the awesome part about the Scentsy startup kit. And making people realize that the more you overcomplicate it, the less they want to be a part of your team. So keep those hostess parties simple, make them realize that hosting is simple, talk them through the process of how to get guests there, make that simple for them. Do everything in the simplest way so that your hostess wants to join your team. And one of the ways also is I am willing to give up commissions in order to have somebody join my team. So a lot of my people join my team under the realization that the party that they just hosted, if they joined my team before I entered that party, I would let them enter that as their launch party. And that often will convince people, because if I'm going to host the party for them, they're going to see a party. They're going to see a party. They're going to see how it's run. They're then going to get all their, I'll talk to their friends about how their friend is, that hostess is wanting to potentially join, and that their sales could potentially be her first sales to launch her party. And then they're more willing. They're like, yes, you should be doing this. They'll talk her into it for you. No joke. It happens. And so they'll also tend to buy a little bit extra in order to help her support her new business. And then all of a sudden you have that $400 party, $500 party, whatever, and she's pretty much made her commissions back and hit shooting star with her party, as long as she signs up and you enter it for her, or she enters it in her workstation. So I am more than willing to give up that commission to get somebody on my team. I can get another party. That's not something that should ever stop you from having somebody realize how easy it is to sign up and being part of your team. And your giving, generosity and giving, and those are all part of Scentsy, and being generous and showing that to them and how important that is to you is also really beneficial. So huge hostess flipping, because your hostess already love Scentsy. They're already talking about it. They already have friends who are buying it. They already have a base. So hostess flipping is huge if you approach it the right way. Ready? Next thing. I kind of said this already, but parties are a great way to show how simple it is. I don't do a whole spiel about recruiting at my parties anymore. I do more one-on-one when people are ordering and talking about it. I do mention that that I'm building a team, that I have a team in my spiel, and that I have a strong team and they're excited and they do really great, and they all join Scentsy for different reasons. I do talk about why I joined Scentsy. I do talk about what it's done for me. I do talk about my goals. I do that kind of stuff, and then I talk to them individually more about whether they're interested or not. The big spiel makes it seem like that's why you came there, was just to recruit people. And to me, they get more out of it if I'm just excited about the product, and they know that I'm excited about starting a team and having a team. They're more comfortable in that one-on-one than being put on the spot. Like, oh, is anybody willing to sign up now? I don't do that. So that more one-on-one thing works for me better. But being excited and passionate and letting them know that I am building a team is the way that I get that conversation started, if that makes sense. And them seeing how easy that party was for you to throw, how little stuff you did bring in, the ability to just talk freely with them and make them comfortable. Those are all things that get them interested. So don't overcomplicate it. Just don't overcomplicate it. Scentsy, none of the brands are a complicated mess. They all flow into each other really easily. The systems are all the same. The product's just different for each brand. So if you sell Scentsy, you can recruit somebody in Grace Adele or Velada. If you don't sell them, all you're going to need is to know that the product's different. All the other stuff's the same. The startup kit, the startup guide's the same. The basic tools are the same. It's literally just a difference in the product available. So don't be afraid of recruiting other brands too, because like I said, I've been in this almost 2 years and still don't sell Velada. I'm going to soon, mostly because I can at least make commissions off myself. But there's no reason for you to think that you need to sell all three brands and to recruit all three brands. It's an easy concept. Everything crosses into the other, except for that product, and that's easy. You have access to that catalog in your workstation regardless of whether you sell it. So just be aware. Don't be afraid to step outside the comfort zone, and recruit for other brands even if you don't sell them. Last thing, well, almost last thing, second to last thing really, is that use groups that you're a part of. I am not a mother. I'm not. Surprise, surprise. Team, did you not know that? I'm not a mom, but I have a lot of Scentsy friends that are. And that's been really successful for them to go into their mom groups, talk about the product they love and the company that they love, and recruit that way, because moms are always looking for a reason to contribute to the family income, help pay for the diapers, be able to stay home with their kids, whatever that is. They've been successful that way. And so I'm looking at ways to make that work for me. My personality type and the way that I am, I prefer to work on my own time, my own way, not have to worry about other people's massive influence. I like running my own business and my own schedule and all of that. And so since I personally am that way, I look for people who are similar in that personality. They're outgoing. They maybe don't like their day job. They like to work on their own. They're strong-willed. They're independent. They like having their own schedule. And they're go-getters. Because if I can find that group of people is going to be totally on board with me, and they're going to get me, and we're going to understand each other, and we're all going to be working towards that same goal, to owning our own businesses and not having to work for the man. And so I'm looking at what groups I'm a part of and what ways I can make that work for me. But if you're a part of a group of any kind, on a sporting team, a mom group, whatever, use that as a means of recruiting, because you have things in common. You know where they're at in life because you're in a similar place, and use that to your benefit. So don't be afraid to utilize the groups that you're a part of in life to find new recruits for your team. Lastly, it's a big one. I say it a lot to my team, and remind them often of how things are with them, or how they were with them when I was recruiting them. But be patient. Be patient. Do not think that because they showed an interest, they're ready to sign up today or yesterday or tomorrow. It could take a while. I had several people who it took almost a year for me to get them to sign up. And that's not a bad thing. It's okay. It took 6 months or a year, whatever, for them to sign up. And it's not because they didn't want to be a part of Scentsy. But like I said, it's a leap of faith to put yourself out there, put that money on the line, decide that it's for you. And for some people, it's a bigger leap of faith than others. So don't be impatient about it. And so don't get upset if it takes a while for others to join. It takes steps outside the comfort zone, and that comfort zone is different sizes for everybody. I said that. Give them time to process everything. My team, you're always welcome to add your potential recruits into our team page. I have no problem with that. Let them see the process. Let them be involved a little bit. Obviously, I'm not going to keep them there forever if they do lose interest, but I have no problem with them being added so they can see the process and see our interaction and see how awesome you are. Invite them into the group as much as you want. I have no problem with that. Don't abandon them out of frustration. Just because you're frustrated because they didn't sign up now, or they're waiting, or they're trying to decide, don't abandon them, because if you abandon them, then they think you don't care and they're never going to join your team. Keep talking about the company, the job you love, why you love that job, because the more you talk about it, the more they're going to be convinced that she's serious about this. She wants me there. She loves this. She's excited about it. And I want to be a part of that too. Keep reminding them to ask questions. Make them realize you're an open door, an open book, and they can ask you whatever. We're not hiding secrets. There's nothing secretive about this process. And so make sure they realize how that they can have the comfort, and you're an open book to ask those questions, and get the answers before they sign up. It doesn't have to be a big question until after they sign up. Give them the answers now so they know what they're getting into. This shouldn't be shocking. Keep giving them amazing customer service. Often these people that we recruit are our customers. If we stop giving them amazing customer service because we think they're going to sign up and be their own customer, they're going to stop being interested, because they want to see that you're a good example. You want to set a good example. You want them to keep selling from you even if they decide not to sign up. And so you've got to keep giving great customer service. Them realizing that example that you are through all those things is going to make them realize this is for them. And just always keep showing them how easy, how fun, how awesome, how exciting, how beneficial, how just fantastic Scentsy is as a company, as a brand, as a job. Because again, those are the things that are going to make people turn. And this really is the last thing that I was going to add, is to know your why and know your story. If you don't have your story written out on your PWS, do it. If you haven't updated it in a while, get on there and update it. Try to update it every 6 months and make sure that it's fresh and it's you and it describes your journey. If people are searching for a consultant on the Consultant Finder, which I've had a lot of lately, Chicago does not have a lot of consultants. So I've had literally 3 orders from my Consultant Finder in the past month. So that's really, really awesome. I know I'm like super pumped about it, but if they're getting on and looking for a consultant, they will often bypass somebody who does not have a story, and look like they're actually invested in their site. So make sure that you've personalized that site, that you have a story up there, why you're joining the company, how much you love the company. Get on there and look. Look at other people's if you're curious how things are written. That's totally fine, but make it you. They will go to somebody who has a story and has a brand out there, if you don't. So, but you need to know your why and your story. You need to know, why did you choose Scentsy? Why was Scentsy for you? What made you turn that page and hand over that $99 or $199? What was it that made you choose Scentsy? Why do you keep doing Scentsy? Again, my team, a lot of them have been around the block for a little while. They've been around for a year or so. Why are you still on my team? Why are you still selling the brand? What is it that keeps you here? What do you love about this company and this brand? What are you using your extra paycheck for? Not saying you need to put that on your PWS at all, but if people are asking you about the brand, what are you using that paycheck for? It's an extra paycheck every month. Is it big all the time when you're starting out? Not necessarily, but it definitely pays a bill or two. And then what's your ultimate goal with that? Do you have a house you want to save up for, a car you want to save up for, a dream vacation, debt you want to pay off, college loans, whatever it is? What is your why? Why do you keep it up? Why are you still doing it? What do you use that extra paycheck for? What's your ultimate goal for being a Scentsy Family brand consultant? Do you want to be a director? Do you want to be a superstar director? Do you want to just use it for the discount to have a little bit of an extra paycheck? Do you want to build a team? People need to know those things. They need to know where you're going with it. They need to know why you do it. They need to know what your benefit is from it, because those are the things that you're passionate about. When you're talking about your why and your story and why you join Scentsy, and why you stay with Scentsy and what that paycheck does for you, those are the things that people personally connect with, and that personal connection beyond just the great product and the brand and how amazing company Scentsy is and how easy it is to host a party and set up a party and whatever. They want to connect to you. If they don't connect to you, that's going to make them fail too. I have really great friendships with my team. You guys are amazing. You're amazing. I love you all. And I like to think that all of us, on some level, me and each one of you, connect to each other in a certain way, and that's why you join my team. Yes, I believe you all think Scentsy is an amazing brand and an amazing company, and you've stuck with it for so long that I know that you all are in it for the long haul, and you've asked a lot of recruiting questions, and I know you're interested in building your own teams, and I see you guys all right on the verge of that. You're there. And so I'm so excited to see where you go. But I know we all personally connect individually in different ways, and the fact that my excitement rubbed off on you, and my why rubbed off on you, and my passion for it rubbed off on you, and why I do this rubs off on you. And so discover those things, write them down, hang them on your dream board, put them in front of your face. Again, recruiting isn't going to be the easiest thing you do with Scentsy. It's not, because it involves, like I said, being passionate, getting outside your comfort zone, building your brand. It involves a lot of knowing your why, knowing your story, and really just putting yourself out there. But it's so worth it. If my team stayed how it was right now, which I don't think it's going to at all, we're going to explode for 2014. I know I'm going to hit director by family reunion. I know it's going to happen. I believe it, and I trust it, and I know my team, and I know we're going to get there. But even if it was just the few of you that we are, I would be eternally grateful for the fact that you chose me to help you guys grow. So, and you guys help me grow and reaffirm what I do every single day. So thank you, before I start crying, for being the amazing team that you are. I hope this was helpful. I know it's really long, but trainings aren't meant to necessarily be short, and I'm long-winded, and I used to do training for a day job living, so here it is. So hopefully you got something out of that. Again, comment, call me, text me, whatever it is that you have to do. If you have any other questions, or you want me to expand on something one-on-one, or whatever it is, you guys know I'm here for you. So that's my spiel on recruiting. Thanks for listening to all 42 minutes of it. Oh my god. I love you guys, and training 1 done. Love you.